we are making raw milk into butter.
Yes, so we got unpasteurized raw milk because we want to try it out with making butter and a couple other things. We also are really interested in how when it's unpasteurized, it has the enzymes that actually your body does better in breaking it down and when you have it in your system, especially if you have sensitivities like some of us in our family do. And we just thought you could come along for the ride on our first try at it. All right, so our first step is we've got our raw milk here, and you can kind of see this very faint line after it's been setting overnight. Then you can see the cream that's risen to the top. And so we're just gonna take the cream and literally just put it in the blender, and then we're gonna have a couple minutes of checking on it, basically until it looks like butter. You want it to start getting that like solid looking feel, and then we'll be like halfway done already. So that's gonna be one of the coolest things. Another cool thing about this is you get buttermilk as a byproduct, and so you can have that and you can, make ranch, or there's buttermilk biscuits that can be really fun to go along with dinner or breakfast. So we're just really excited. And last that I was going to tell you is this bottom part we are using to make Greek yogurt. And you can just keep it if you just want milk. We're not like huge straight milk drinkers in our house. So we'll make better use of it if we turn it into yogurt. Okay, so we have done about 7 minutes and it's like getting close, but it's not quite there. So when I open the lid, I can just see the chunks, but it still has a lot of liquid. So we're gonna give it a couple more minutes, and then after that, the rest is gonna be the buttermilk that we'll save for probably biscuits, if we're being honest. Okay, so I just wanted to quickly show you guys. It's kind of hard to tell until you take the lid off because it just looks the same on the outside. But you can see, it gets stuck to the top, is like those butter chunks they're definitely there. Okay, so our next step is I have this little concoction going on here so that I can pour everything we have, and it'll basically strain and separate the butter from the buttermilk. Now again, we're not gonna have a lot because this is our trial run to see how things go, and then I have to kind of get it all off here. So I'm gonna get a little spatula and kind of just finish scraping it all in. And then once we get it all, we are gonna drop it into some ice water. That helps get rid of the rest of the buttermilk, which will make your butter last longer. And then we sprinkle salt on it, and then it's just up to you if you want to freeze it or if you're going to use it right away. If you want to freeze it, you want to be very careful about how you have it air sealed. All right, so we have it all separated, and we are just going to go ahead and get it in the ice. And we're just going to scrape it all, and the liquid that fell down is our buttermilk that we're going to save because I'm running out of time today. I'm also have dinner to make, and my sourdough is proofed, so can only do so much in a day. But we're just kind of rubbing and making sure that it gets nice and cold in that ice water for a minute, and then we are going to go find our salt next. So we got it out of the ice, and I just I just put a teaspoon because we don't have a lot of butter going on here. Ideally, you would have a lot and you could freeze some, but I think it's super wise to play around with it and kind of teach yourself before you totally commit to how you want to do it. and you can wrap it in parchment paper in separate little increments and then put it in a freezer bag so you can just pull those out, which I think is a brilliant idea if you have enough, not just our little sampler. But we're pretty much done here, and we just are gonna put ours in a baggie and we're gonna use it because I'm making some sourdough bread, and tomorrow we're gonna have it ready to go and be on our bread. I just wanted to quickly show you. This is a tiny amount, but we have our butter. It's salted, it's creamy, and it does depend, you know, how much you get based off of how much cream is in there, based off of like the milking and how long a calf is on the mom, and because they will hold back the cream for them. So depends on like where you get your milk and how they kind of work that out with the mom and the calf and everything. So anyway, there are seasons where you'll get more and seasons where you'll get less, if that makes sense. So we are super excited to try our butter.